a distraction. Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Adversary vulnerability identified. Would not refuse medical support.
Another tower recalibrated.
Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Mobilizing. Backing scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Medic, please.
Good move. Let's get this thing.
I handle it.
That contraption. It's another one of those communication devices the cultists use to coordinate their butchery.
Another cultist communications device by the looks of it.
That contraption. It's another one of those communication devices the cultists use to coordinate their butchery.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the council. Attendance.
You have my back.
Be more surprised if it was optional. At least that explains where everyone went.
Proceeding to attack. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Ready to take the heat off.
your scopes for combatant analysis. Hostilities are afoot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Try to limit the damage, Commander.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly. For I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
The Sovereign's a downright dove compared to the consul. This is gonna be bad for everyone.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been keen to the possibility for some time.
Those tears as I call upon you to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall cleanse and step into the
place! Hold your command.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. That must have been so difficult for you. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of. Naturally, Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. Coincidence is not causation, I know, but with recent events being what they are, it's difficult not to draw certain unpalatable theories beyond mere incompetence. Sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross-purposes with me. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise. Fine. I won't go on my knees before an interloper begging for intervention. Do as you will. I expect your little intrusion will be met with a severe yet fitting response shortly. Far be it for me to tell you how to operate, but I would not linger here overlong were I you. Valancourt is bound to notice your presence sooner or later. I wouldn't have suggested it otherwise. The prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or, we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable, some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power, and if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not. A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters.
Better than bivouacking on Cloister. Now the Toad's missing his testament. I'm sure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
Hey.
Investigating hostile intentions.
That cover spot looks much better.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Each a vital cog.
Combatant scan.
Replenishing my firearm.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
The Protectorate endures! Sustain the system!
Take your business.
Whatever's in there has been pushed to the outer limits of the universal equation.
How long has the weapon been sitting inside that rift?
Good.
An hour? 2?
I thought you were keeping time.
They really just left the modulator out in the open, huh? Well, let's say we avail ourselves of their poor security.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? Act glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.